The Kingdom may have fallen last week, but they aren't dead yet, and they're looking to rise once again. Welcome into sports. I'm Morgan Feller. Kofa opens up 6A play after losing in the open bracket, and they want to win the whole darn thing. Let's see how the road to the championship would begin. Let's head out to Irv Pollock Field where the Tucson Badgers and Jamie Nicewander paid Jamie Nicewander and the Kofa Kings a visit in the second round of the 6A state soccer bracket. Midway through the first half, Jorge Castillo sends the ball in on a corner, but Francisco Valle of the Badgers got enough to keep that one out of the net. But just a little later in the half, Castillo, again, corner kick. This time finds Leonel Rodriguez for the header goal. An absolute beauty from the senior as he continues to add to that goal total. Kofa goes up 1-0. Badgers in striking distance now. Florian Kaze tries crossing it, but Diego Tapia intercepts it with the bobbling catch. A nice grab by the senior. We'll jump a little later. Ivan Rodriguez on the throw and gets the ball in the box where it finds the foot of Joshua Sullivan, who sends a laser to the back of the net. Kings extend their lead to 2, and we're looking for more. On to the second half. Rodriguez running upfield, makes his way around a defender, stops on a dime, passes to an open Valentino Rodriguez, who stops and places that one in the bottom left corner. Kings go up 3, and it would be enough as they secure the 3-1 win. They'll advance to the quarterfinals of the bracket where a familiar foe awaits. Who could that be? Over to San Luis High School where the Sidewinders are defending the home pitch against the Tolleson Union Wolverines. We're going to fast forward to the second half after a 0-0 first. Here's Carlos Gomez from way out, loading up and launching a rocket, and he finds the back of the net. An absolute beauty to put the Sidewinders up 1, but the Wolverines would get a prime opportunity following a yellow card, and Gail Obregon wasn't able to stop this one. Tolleson ties things up at 1 apiece with 16 minutes to go. Let's head into crunch time. Gomez passes one towards the box. It's flipped over a group of defenders. Ortega tracks it down, sends it in front of the goal, and Eric Benavides finishes the play with the header. Sidewinders with some nifty ball movement to take the lead. Wolverines getting desperate. Send one towards goal. Obregon. One save. Another save. Game-saving plays from the goalie. The Sidewinders can rejoice and prepare for the 4th edition of San Luis versus Kofa. Yes, we get another one. I cannot wait. This time, it's with the most implications yet. Here's what the coach had to say.
No, I think we had a slow start at the beginning of the first half, but the end of the second half of the first half, was really good. And all we said was to continue doing that. Continue like we ended at the first half, and that's what they did. We controlled the midfield, we put the ball on the ground, and I think that's what helped us. The next game is going to be a really good one, and we're expecting it, we're ready for it. This is one of the things that you look for all season, so it's going to be a great game.
I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to it. Kofa and San Luis will square off on Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Kingdom. Let's come back to Yuma. Rocks coming into this semifinal with just 1 loss and 1 tie on this season, trying to make it back to the state title game, and they already got to play Benjamin Franklin, who makes another trip to Yuma, trying to come up with a different result after 9-1 loss earlier this season. All season, it's been freshman standout Cade Garcia. He fires one to the right corner of the net, giving the Rocks a 3-1 lead early in the first half, and that was one of his 4 goals on the day after having 41 on the regular season. He's making his impact felt in the postseason as well. Benjamin Franklin earning a free kick opportunity, but YC's goalkeeper, Adriel Cassis, is right there for the save, keeping the Chargers deficit at 2 goals now. And he would also get some help from that back line as a dangerous pass inside by the Chargers gets cleaned up by Yuma Catholic's Donovan Warren, who forces the ball out of bounds off of Benjamin Franklin, getting Yuma Catholic the possession back. YC 5-1 now in the second half after another Garcia goal. This time, Ryan Lagarde is stood up by a great save by Chargers keeper Jamison Latter. Things were closer in the second half, but YC holds strong, winning 5-1, and will now advance back to the AIA State Championship game. After the game, we caught up with head coach Ralph Evans. Here's what he had to say.
I mean, we can't, obviously that's the team that we have to beat, more than likely that we're going to have to beat to get the championship. And, you know, it's just my mantra all along, it's been all these years, is you got to beat the best to be the best. So quit worrying about the past, how many we won, how many we lost, whatever. This is the first time we played them. We just got to go out and beat them.
Yuma Catholic is headed back to the state title game for a rematch against Gilbert Christian, the same team that edged them 2-1 in last year's championship. We'll be in Mesa on Saturday for all the action. Congratulations to the Shamrocks. Let's check out some girls soccer scores from the Valley now. Central Spartans would fall 10-0 to Del Norte, the one seed you see there. And then on the second score, the Bulldogs would lose 2-0 to Ramona. Let's pull up that second scoreboard. We're going to pivot to Division III basketball, and this one was a barn burner. Imperial and Crawford not only went the distance, but went to double overtime, with the Tigers hitting a game-winning 3 at the buzzer to advance to the next round of the playoffs. In other Division III action, the Calexico Bulldogs took care of business, rolling the Escondido Charter Tigers 88-58, 30-point deficit there. Imperial and Calexico will now face off in the next round. Still waiting. We actually got the central score. 71-73, Del Lago Academy would take care of business, and then Mount Carmel would upset the Brawley Wildcats in some basketball action. Let's come back to Yuma for one more score, where Cibola would pay Mr. 100 and the Maryville Panthers a visit, and Maryville would take care of action, winning 54-41. Congrats on a great season, fellas. It was a pleasure covering you guys. All right, from the best of high school action to the best athletes in the world, let's take a look at the latest Winter Olympics medal standings. 4 years after disappointment in Beijing, Michaela Schifrin closes her games in Italy with a dominant gold medal. Meanwhile, Norway continues to dominate as we approach the final days of the Milan Cortina Olympics, and the United States remains in third place.